Hi there, you're watching Gardens and Graveyards. My name is Charisma and today we are in the garden and we're going to create a new hedge for the front of our property right alongside these railroad ties. And we started to do a lavender hedge, but lavender is just not happy in the ground here. So I'm gonna pull up the lavender plants that are left. I had 8 of them in there, there's 2. And a Russian sage that is way too big for its space. I'm gonna move the Russian sage and I'm gonna save the lavender for another project coming up here soon. And then we're gonna plant a whole hedge of Rose Campion. So you can see here along this railroad ties, we started to do a hedge. I was gonna do mostly lavender and intersperse with Russian sage. This is the Russian sage that's just the species plant, and it is pretty wild and like out of control. And I want a different variety of Russian sage in another part in the garden, but I've cut this back. It was way out here in the street and just getting a little too much. I want something a little bit more compact and a little bit more formal because so much of the garden is like cottage style and informal that I kind of need that structure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take cuttings from Rose Campion like this, which I have clumps all over the garden, and I think we're going to steal a big clump of it from over there. Right there. And divide it up and put it all along here, and then I'm going to break it up with mums. So at every joint, I'm going to put a mum. But first, I've got to get this lavender and that lavender and the Russian sage up out of this space. Alright, so we've been over here in this area where I have the majority of my grasses and a few other plants on the corner. I'm going to plant the Russian sage and continue this bed. And then we have a whole new project coming up for this area pretty soon and over next spring. But this will be the beginning of the next little section. And you can see these got split. So I actually have two, and I'm going to plant them somewhat close together so they'll grow together, but far enough apart so I get a big patch of them. Come out here with water.
Yeah.
So I have just a few cuttings from a broken piece of the Russian sage that I just transplanted. And I'm just going to go ahead and I've already prepared them, scraped off some of the bark on the woodier ones. I'm just going to stick them right in here. I'm not doing root tone or anything. Putting them in with this rose just until they get established. 3, 4, and maybe I'll put this one in sand. I don't have anything else that looks like that, so I think it'll be fine. So I got 5 little cuttings off of that, and that's helpful, right?
Okay.
So we got, I think, probably enough for
You think?
right there, right there. All right. So this Rose Campion is super easy to divide. We have this big clump. Just break it apart. Break it apart some more. and that's a good clump right there. I just pull off all of the dead, icky looking pieces, strip those off. Soil in there. And then we're just gonna, they're really shallow rooted, so we just pull back some bark mulch. Ta-da! Really easy. You just keep doing that until there's nothing left. Don't even really need very much roots, or any roots at all, really. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna flank the sidewalk with the red or the yellow, but I think the yellow looks the best. What do you think? Okay, so we put those 2 Russian sage right there. We got them watered in, and this is like the worst soil in my garden, and obviously all this ivy back there, morning glory, the whole 9 yards. But these are really tough little plants, so I think they'll be fine. Then over here we're creating a whole new bed. This is going to be a walkway here, and then we're going to plant mums and something else right here. But today we got this hedge of Rose Campion. I love it. It looks so beautiful. It's gonna be so amazing. It was super easy. I just took divisions off of 4 big clumps that I took out of the medicine garden, and you can't even really tell that I took it out of there, right over there, which is fine because I didn't want to have it in there. Some of these got knocked over when we watered them in, but that's okay. They'll bounce. Super shallow, easy rooting, and they're gonna create this beautiful blue-green fuzzy hedge. And then I'm gonna put these mums of some sort. I'm either gonna do yellow or red. I'm trying to decide. We're gonna go to the store tomorrow and pick up a bunch. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 7 for the front here. And I kind of want to mix them up, but I want them to show off, and I'm not sure that that red is really showing off, although it is my favorite mum. So I will definitely get more of these, but I think they're going to go in pots close to my house so I can enjoy them. So that's going to be it for this video. If I get the mums that I want, I'll include that at the end of this video. But I'm really excited to have this hedge in. Super easy, low maintenance, drought tolerant. You know, I know they grow really well in my garden. They're one of my favorites. They have a beautiful magenta flower that I probably won't even let it go to flower out here on, you know, as a hedge. I just want it to grow as this nice dense mass to just create a little bit of formality, some structure around the garden. I need more of that in this garden, so it feels good to get something like that started. Just as a reminder, this is all Rose Campion all in here, so you can see it kind of clumps out, and it can look a little ratty at the end of the season. I just have to come in through here and clean it up and get all those yellow leaves out of it, and which is really easy to do. You just kind of pull it out of there and they're happy. And then they're evergreen here, and they look so beautiful. And I just know, like, you can kind of get a feel for what that whole hedge is gonna look like all the way down the front there. Exciting! Thanks a lot for gardening with me today, and I hope that you enjoyed it and got some inspiration to use something unique and different and something that you love and enjoy in your garden as a hedge, opposed to just the traditional like boxwood or, you know, something like that maybe you don't want to, maybe you want something different. I did. So again, thanks so much for hanging out with me while we garden today. We will see you in the next video. Until then, keep celebrating life. Bye.